It's one of those days, viewers, one of those days when the sneaker just falls out of the sky and straight into my lap, or maybe more accurately, straight into my video editing software. Because today it was just, jumping on the website, jumping on the social media, trying to find that shoe that I bring to you every single day. And today, the very first shoe I looked at, I was like, yep, that's the one that's coming to the channel. And it's an absolutely fire shoe. Now, my first take on this guy was it's a little bit gimmicky. As soon as I saw it, I was like, whoa, what have they done there? This is a classic shoe. It's a classic sneaker. The Air Jordan 1, regardless of if it's a low, a mid, or a high. These guys are mids, incidentally, but regardless, it's a classic silhouette and a classic sneaker. So I was looking at it, I was like, oh man, have they played with it too much? Have they done something too gimmicky? Is it like just trying to force a piece of design into a shoe that doesn't actually need to be there? But then when I started looking at it, I was like, you know what? I'm coming around, getting a feel for this. Yeah, maybe. And then eventually I got to what I titled this video as, is the insane crossover appeal of the Nike Air Jordan 1 Mid WMNS Sisterhood. And like I said, I think it's going to have crossover appeal. I think people are going to be trying to find this in their size, regardless of whether it's a women's sneaker or men looking for it or whatever. So I think this is an absolutely fire sneaker. I finally came round and I'm on board with it. And what I'm going to do for you guys today is take you through the most important parts in that shoe and show you all that detailing, especially that one little feature that people might not be aware of, and that one little feature's extra features. So there's like a couple of hidden features on here that people might not know about. So without further ado, let's do this. Let's get into this. Let's start today's video and have a look at the Nike Air Jordan 1 Mid WMNS Sisterhood. This is the Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel. Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel des.毎日アップするので毎日見てください. Every single day from Tokyo, Japan. I'm bringing content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. And I just realized for the third day in a row, this is an October the 15th release date. We did two phone posits back to back yesterday and the day before, both October the 15th, and then this one as well, October the 15th. So that, 1 or 2 weeks ahead of the drop date, bringing you guys the latest news about upcoming releases. This is exactly what I want to be doing about 10 days before the drop date, letting you guys know all the details on a shoe, and then you guys can go out there and get your hands on these guys if that's what you're looking for, with an informed view of what's going on. And these guys here, they need an extra look. They're an absolutely beautiful shoe. They're already an iconic silhouette. Like I said, the Air Jordan 1 mid, or high or low, but in the case of these guys, mids, is a classic silhouette, and there's a lot of push behind it, a lot of people into this shoe. So you're starting off with a great silhouette. Then it's black and white and blue, a classic Jordan combination of colors, a really clean combination of colors. So you've got that classic silhouette, and then you're getting that classic silhouette in a classic colorway. So it's already, halfway down the road to epic. And then there's the design elements on there. And there's also a question that I need to ask you guys, because I found a lot of information about this shoe on a Japanese site, which said one thing, and I didn't see that thing on the English sites, which kind of made me surprised, because usually it's there. And I looked for this one feature on these guys, and I didn't see it to back up the Japanese site. So I wonder if the Japanese sites are wrong and the English sites are right. And what I'm talking about is zoom. Any zoom, maybe it was highs though, maybe it was Jordan 1 high zooms, that they had a little tab on the side round about kind of just below the sort of ankle support, just below the wings logo on there, that says zoom, so that you know it's a zoom sneaker. Now the Japanese sites all said that this was a zoom sneaker. But the English sites, none of them did, that I looked at, and I might have missed out on the right sites to look at. Let me know if there's a place to find out better information than I'm finding now. So I don't know if these guys are zoom or not. If it's a Japanese site, you're looking at zoom. If it's not, it doesn't say anything about zoom. But if you do know that, let us know in the comments down below. But like I said, hopefully I've zoomed in just below the wings logo on there, and you can see there's not that little tab that hangs down and says zoom on some Jordan 1 zoom sneakers to tell us that. So I'm feeling a no. but I might be wrong in that. I'd love to know for sure in the comments down below. Okay, this sneaker, very clean, very nice. Even the materials, the leather looks like they're a little step above standard leather. I would go with something like a soft leather. I'm not sure. I wouldn't say tumbled leather. I might be wrong, but I wouldn't say tumbled leather, and I wouldn't say standard leather. It looks like a sort of mix between the two, and a really soft leather that they've used throughout the shoe. And you've got that. I'm going to run front to back just to have a look at the shoe with the blue toe box, and then the white panel on the front there is a great start to the shoe. That's one of the main features of Air Jordan 1s, is looking at the construction of the toe box. In the case of these guys, blue around the toe box and white on the panel is a big yes, and then that blue runs up into the quarter line, but uniquely, if you look along the laces, they flip into black, and then when you get to the back of the shoe, it goes back into blue. Usually, or often, or many times, that's a continuous line that runs from the toe box into the quarter line, along the lacing system, then down the wings on the side of the ankle, and then into the heel cup sometimes. But today, there's a little bit of deviation in the middle on that black bit in the middle, and I'm very much yes, that little bit of black lacing on the middle of this shoe, laid like around the laces. I'm a big yes on that. And then directly below that, you've got the white mid-foot and the black swoosh, and the balance of the colours on the shoe are just absolutely yes for me. I think it's very, very cool. Now, before we go to the main feature, let's just go up from those laces and that little black bit to the tongues, because there's unique branding on these guys. I think I'm right in saying, man, it's hard to remember with the shoes out there, but I think I'm right in saying that usually Air Jordan 1 mids have a stitched Jumpman up there, whereas like highs would have like Nike Air up there or something along those lines, or a Nike Zoom if it was a Zoom shoe, actually, when I think about it. So this is a bit unique for me, and I don't actually know what it stands for, if it stands for a collaboration or if it stands for like that sisterhood sort of, this is the second or third sisterhood sneaker to come out, or if it has any meaning. But what I do know is it's very cool. You've got a white tongue, which is especially cool down in the laces, with that little sort of lace stay, lace holder loop is in white as well, which gives a bit of definition against that black lacing system. But then you've got a white tongue with a white branding panel, but then in the middle of that, you've got that awesome circle in the white, the blue, and the black, which is the motif for the rest of the shoe. Very, very cool. And it's one of the standout features on this shoe, is that unique tongue branding. I'm going to keep you waiting for that specific detail that we want to look at, which is that design element down below, because it's just too close to go from the tongues and not go have a look at the insole, because it's kind of important. And that's the hidden feature that I was talking about earlier in this video, is that the insole is super unique. And at first glance, you're probably perhaps looking at it and thinking it's a bit like messy, it's a bit busy, but then after a while you start to realize that there are features in there, the characters in there, people like caricatures, sort of all mixed up in different sort of figurations and stuff like that. And hopefully it's zoomed in well enough that you can start to pick out a few of the people on this kind of collage within the insole. So that's very cool. One hidden feature, but then I did say that one hidden feature has a second hidden feature, but I'm not talking about the insoles, I'm talking about on the reverse of the tongues. So if we look boing this way, if we look past the heel and into the back of the tongue, you can see the tongue matches the insole branding with that kind of busy caricatures, people kind of motif going on there. I was kind of hoping to see that on the lining. So if we go back looking down from above into the insole, and you see that busy insole down below, because the back of the tongues have that same busy motif on it, I was kind of hoping to see that in the lining, but as you can see, it's basically your bog standard black lining on these guys. So, but now it's time to get down to the main feature of the shoe. We'll go past the Wings logo, which is a very yes Wings logo. Sometimes I think they get it wrong, but the blue wing with the black Wings logo sort of stamped on the side there is a very standard feature of mids, and very well done in this one. Sometimes they get that kind of balance wrong between the two colours on there, but they did it right in this shoe. And then directly below that we have the first of 3 times 2, because what you see on the lateral side is 3 design elements where you've got the oversized stitching in overdrive. I mean, these are huge lace-sized stitches. It's not even just like the oversized stitching that you might see on an Air Force One. It's like a like really oversized stitching. But they have a black one, a Royale one or a Royal one, and a white one on the lateral side, and then again the same on the medial side. So in 6 places in total, 3 on each side of the shoe. And what we're doing right now, we're up near the Wings logo, so we might as well look at the one that's right below that, which is the Royal blue holding together the sort of ankle, sort of air area of the shoe. In those four, there are four big oversized loops on there. I don't think it's too far to go from there down to the heel cup where you'll see the white oversized stitching, or whatever you want to call that. But this time there's only three of them. And then if we travel all along the front of the shoe past the swoosh to the quarter line, you see on there, on the blue quarter line, you've got four of these black oversized stitches. So to be very clear, if we look at the whole shoe on the lateral side, quarter line, four black oversized stitches, ankle support, four blue oversized stitches, heel cup, four white over three white oversized stitches. And then if we switch out to the medial side, in exactly the same place on the medial side, you can see those three oversized stitched points on the shoe. And like I said, when I first saw it, I was like, it's a bit gimmicky. It's the kind of thing I don't like in my shoes. But it really has grown on me. I think it might be the colors and the way the colours complement the colourway, and the placement of them, like the black oversized stitching on the blue quarter line, for example. I think there's contrast between the two, and it kind of works for me. And I really think this is going to be a hot shoe, and I think people are really going to go after it. I think there's something about it that's going to have, like I said, that crossover appeal, and many people are going to be going after this guy. There's something in it. There's just something I'm feeling that it could be one of those special shoes and people are kind of clambering over themselves to try and get to it. So hopefully we're finishing up with a view of the whole shoe, and you've got an idea from what I've talked to you today about what this shoe is, what it means, what its unique points are. But it is time for me to check out. Again, it's well past midnight. In fact, it's getting on for 1 o'clock today. This is way too late. So I got to go put this video into the computer and then shut all that down and go straight to bed. So time for me to sign off. But you know what I do at the end of every single video, like every single day, is that I tell you that because I do this every single day, that means that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.